Hello and welcome to another First for Driving online driving training session. As usual, these sessions are normally designed to work with your practical driving lessons and be given some insight before the practical lesson and also for some revision after the driving session. Today's topic, as it says here, is going to be on approaching junctions. And this is typically one of the earlier lessons. Taking ahead of us our MSM and SPSL routine, if you remember. This is what we use for the MSPSL routine, stands for the mirror, the signal, the position, the speed, and the look. So, your instructor might have told you something like, I would like you to take the next road on the left. Initially, they will give you plenty of warning, plenty of time before the junction because to get your routine working, to get everything there. And then gradually, as you get closer and closer to a driving test, they'll leave it a bit later. And obviously later on, you'll be doing that for yourself when you do the independent drive, either by sat nav or by reading road signs, etc. But initially, you have plenty of time. First thing we want to look at, as we've been told we're going to be turning to the left, is our mirrors. We need to know what's behind us. The vehicle is moving, changing speed, it will be slowing down. The vehicle will be changing direction to the left. So to remember from an earlier lesson, we need to check our center mirror and our mirror to our left. Those are the mirrors that we must check. Okay. You might like to check your right-hand mirror, could be valuable in certain circumstances. Discuss with your instructor as to where those might be applicable and where they could be useful. But certainly mirror center, mirror left. This now brings us on to our next point, and that would be the signal. Now I'm going to be turning left, and we can't really see into the new road. So what we will do here is we will pop a signal on. Anybody emerging from that junction, then the first thing they'll see is our signal. So mirror, signal, signaling left because we're turning left. Next, we're going to consider the position. Now, turning left is normally to the left of center or center line. It really depends on the width of the road, etc., on how wide the road is. On a narrow road, then you might maintain your normal positioning. You don't want to get too close to the curb because when you turn the corner, the back end of the vehicle might just touch or clip the curb. But at this point, we are considering our position. After position, we now start thinking about speed. We're slowing down a little bit more, and we now need to consider what gear we might like to use. Now, normally this is probably going to be second gear. If it's a very tight turn, it might be first gear, and depending on your vehicle, maybe even third gear. But initially, I would expect you to be doing junctions which you'll be dropping down into second gear nicely, giving yourself plenty of time so the clutch is back up again, so you have full control of the vehicle, clutch is up, in speed, in gear, ready for the next action. Now here's the next important bit. Okay, we're almost on the junction, it's our look. Very important, we need to look into the road. What's coming? Is there anything about to turn in front of us? We need to look into the road that we're turning into. Is there anything there? Is there any cars or any obstructions? There could be a pedestrian, for example, who's about to walk across the road. Remembering, pedestrians have the priority over vehicles. You must give that pedestrian priority. Okay. Assuming everything is all clear and it's all looking safe, we'll continue with the turn into the road, keeping reasonably parallel, reasonably near the curb, etc. And on we go. Once we've arrived, keep looking into the road for any obstructions, being prepared to stop. So we're always driving at a speed which we can safely see to stop within the distance we can see to be clear. And as we proceed down into the road, again, we start the routine again with a check of the mirrors. Let's see what's following us in case there's any problems, etc., etc. Okay, so that's our turning right, our turning left, sorry. Here we go for the right. Now it's the same routine. Practically everything's the same except for a few little things. mirrors. Now this time we're turning right. Mirror center and certainly the mirror on the right. And again, a left-hand mirror might be useful. But as I said, you must check the center, you must check the right. The left may be useful. Signal, well, we're turning left, so we're going to pop the right-hand signal on. Let's let people know where we're going. Moving on, and then we think about position. And this is where this difference. Position will be slightly to the right of center. Okay, so we're moving over to the left of center. Sorry, position will be left of the center line, which is to the right. So the right of your lane, or just to the left of the center line, not over it, not on it, but just to the left of it. That gives us a better position as we take the road. See, there we go. So moving over to the position to the right. Next, we're thinking about speed. Now, again, we may need to stop, so the speed we'll need to look at. Possibly second gear, if it's a nice junction, you can see into it and it all looks clear, then second gear could well be a good choice. If you're going to stop, you're probably going to stop and be prepared to stop at the white line. I want you to imagine that here, this white line here is extended across, and if you had to stop, this is where you would stop, just opposite that white line. What we're going to do is we're looking into the road. We're having a good old look before, looking up the road ahead of us. Is there anything coming? Do we need to stop? Looking into our road, can we make the turn safely? Remember, our pedestrian could be walking across the road. They have the priority. And if it's all safe to proceed, then we will proceed into our road. There we go. Then cut the corner off. Look exactly where you want the vehicle to go. So if you want it to go between this line and the curve, look at that line in the curve. If you look across here, you go there. And just take your corner. Look at where you want the vehicle to go. Continue looking back in the road. Make sure our pedestrian isn't going to run back in the road in front of us. And as we go down the road, again, it's checking the mirrors again, seeing what's following us, and carrying on down the road, all in one swift movement. We keep going. So there is a short sentence lesson today, looking at the junctions emerging to the left and emerging to the right. As per usual, if you'd like these videos, you can always pop along to firstfordriving.co.uk for more of them. And I look forward to seeing you and speaking on our next lesson. Thank you very much. Bye for now.